All right. All right, y'all. You know how we do it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another edition of This Is Recorded podcast. How you doing? How you feeling? I hope all is well. I hope all is good. I hope you're having a blessed day. I hope you're having a blessed life. I hope you're enjoying the summer. I hope you got cleaned up. Maybe you got a new hairdo, got your nails done, got your hair did like I did. I went to a local barbershop, got a good uh, deal on a haircut because nowadays nobody really gets their haircut. Everybody's kind of going through their hair journey. Young kids don't really get haircuts like that. If you see everybody grows their hair out, that's the cool thing. That's what's in. I guess it's kind of like afros. When afros was in, people wasn't getting their hair cut like that. So at the barbershop now, for like a regular lineup, it could be $30. I found a barber that was decent enough to charge me $20, but things are way different than when people grew up and was getting haircuts and stuff like that. But I got cleaned up, and that always feels good. If you want to feel good, you want to look good. So you look good, you feel good. So go get your hair done. Go try to do it yourself. Go try something new. Go color your hair. Go do something. Do something to make you feel better, man. Because this life and this journey is all about making sure you up. Because when you're down, you can feel like the world is tumbling down on you. But when you up, you have those good days. You want to remember that. You want to go off of that. So I think that's what we try to do in this thing called life, is stay up as much as possible. Because when we down, it's hard to remember those good days. But those good days could definitely be something as simple as just pampering yourself, no matter what that is, no matter what that looks like. We want to first and foremost pay respects to DC Young Fly's baby mother. I believe her name was Jackie O. She used to be on Wild 'N Out. She was a model. She was a mom. She was a person. She was a human being that lost her life. So first and foremost, we want to send our deepest condolences and love to DC Young Fly. If you don't know, he's a comedian that started out on Vine. It was like 5-second things. He been through a lot of troubles in his life, and he turned his life around to do better, to do great things. And with that, he got an opportunity to be on Wild 'N Out. Meets this young lady, falls in love with her. They have 3 children. And they just really had a bond, and they had a bond that I like and a bond that I respected, because the bond was like, we didn't have to be married. We had an understanding. We had a love. We raised our children together, and they seemed deeply in love, and they didn't fit society standards of, you need to be married, you need to be this, you need to be married first. They did their own thing, and I love that, because when anybody asks me, so what do you think you need to do? What do you think I need to do? I think when it comes to relationships, you do what's best for you, and you do what's best for your family, because my idea of a successful relationship won't be the same as yours. All of us are individuals. All of us don't like the same food. We don't like the same movies. That's what makes all of us unique. That's what makes all of us great. That's what makes all of us special, is that we like our own things. And, for me, it hit me hard. It hit me hard because DC Young Fly is a guy that I seen grind and make it. Literally 5-second videos, was into the streets, got stabbed, could have lost his life. His brother lost his life, or could have lost his life. He made something of himself. And I remember one time, me and my wife, one of our favorite spots, Atlantic Station, we went there, and we were just visiting, and we seen him out there, and he was just looking out with a gaze. And I always remember that gaze. And this was when he was first starting out. And I always remember that gaze, because the gaze was that, like, I'm thinking of a bigger plan. I'm thinking of a master plan. And as I got to see more of him and know him, he's a deep thinker. He's very religious, very spiritual person. And he just loves to follow his own lead, follow his own way. And he loves to make his own things go. So we really send our hearts out to those children. We send our hearts out to him. And we do it in a way where people, say a prayer for him and his family tonight. We do it not in a social media way. We do it in a real way. Thoughts and prayers are way better off timelines. That's what Kendrick Lamar said in the recent album. That's what we got to do. We got to pay attention. We got to love. We got to respect our people, and have that village, have that love for people that we really care about and think about. So we want to dedicate this to her memory. We want to dedicate this to DT Young Fly and his family, and we want to dedicate that to anybody who lost somebody that they shared a special bond with, and just thinking of them today. And with that being said, we we like to sorry. With that being said, we like to tell everybody to stay focused. Stay focused on what you got going on. Stay focused on what you're doing. Stay focused on the journey, because just for all of us, just like him, I know he didn't think he was on set and he was working on Wildin' Out. He didn't think that he would get that phone call. We all don't think I guess that's the thing. We all don't think we're going to get certain phone calls. Things just happen in life. So while life is happening, why don't we stay happy? Why don't we stay joyful? Why don't we stay good? Why don't we stay loving and caring? And why don't we care for our people? Sometimes, like I always say, we might have to take a step back, or, something like that. We might have times where we're, frustrated with a family member. We might have times where we're frustrated with a spouse, but we always got to love them through it all, because you never want to get that call, or it could be you and you lose your life when something happens, because we all are on borrowed time. We all don't understand. We all don't know when that time is coming. So why not live today? Why not be good? Why not love today? Why not be good with our people? We all gonna get frustrated, but you never want to go overboard. You never want to be hurtful. You never want that last conversation to be a bad one. Sometimes you say, hey, I see this is going in the wrong direction. Let me get off the phone. I love you enough to say, I'm going to bow out peacefully. I'm going to bow out gracefully, because I don't want this to go sour. Because, that's what I try to drive home with this podcast. That's what I try to drive home every day in myself. The reminders and the knowledge that any day could be our last. Any day could be somebody we love's last. So it's just important for all of us to just love and pay attention and be present and enjoy the days, enjoy the sunlight, enjoy the summertime, because we never know when that last breath, when that last moment is. Life is too precious. Life is too beautiful to go around and be mad and be angry all the time, or be mad at someone for something petty, be mad at, even when it comes to money and stuff, never lend out money like that you can't afford to lose. We can't, keep living this life of anger and frustration. We got to lead a life of peace, lead a life of love, lead a life of leadership for the youth, and show them something, show them a different way, show them how to disagree properly, show them fun and excitement, show them experiences over just giving them money. We have to show all of these things in love and life. We, as a people, have to come together to be different. If, they say if you knew better, you do better. And that's what you want to do in life. You want to do better. You want to be better than yesterday. You want to be better for tomorrow. You want to be better overall. So that, that just was really weighing on my heart. It made me want to stay away from social media, stuff like that, because it's like when you scroll, sometimes you always see the bad news. So that's what I do mentally, is give myself breaks and give myself time to think and love and learn, So, and I want to move, that's the thing I want to do in life. I learned that, when I start moving, I feel like it's possible. When I start working out, when I start doing certain things, when I meditate, when I have a routine, when I'm eating different, when you move, it feels possible. Peace and blessings, beautiful people. Shout out to Wu-Tang, the Wu. Shout out to my mom. She got me this nice apron. But here's what we're going to do today. We always talk about, being sad or having a funk and stuff like that. But let's talk about what we do to get out of it. And one thing that I like to do, if I'm in the house by myself, having me time, like everybody has a me time, one thing that really brings me peace, really brings me joy, if you give me 1 second, I'll get it for you. Yes, sir. Baking cookies. So today, we'll be baking cookies, but let's get started. Now, first off, you want to preheat your oven. For a non-stick pan, 325. If you're doing a stick pan, 350. But you want to get you some good olive oil. You might not need it because it says it's a non-stick, but I like to use it. So you warm it up, get your stuff together while you're warming it up. Get it for 325. Get your spray ready. Get a good spray. All right, now that we got all that ready, let's place the cookies in. You want to put it on your middle rack. For me, all I have is my middle rack because I had a wild party right now. Had a wild party one Christmas. We had an ugly sweater party. It wasn't really that wild. We just started the oven and we left some food in there and it melted in one of our eyes. Don't do it, safety first, guys. So we got a 325. We're gonna set our timer. What I like to do is if it says between 11 and 14 minutes, I like to put it at 13. And then I like to check the brown. So what you wanna do is you wanna go over here, you wanna set your timer. We're gonna do it for 13 minutes. All right, so now that our timer has gone off, I like to wait a little minute too, let it marinate a little bit. But then I'm gonna check it and I kind of make a gut decision on whether I'm gonna take it out fully or not. Oh, pasta's got a little foggy there. I don't know, guys, what do you think? I think I'm gonna leave it in for about 1 minute longer. 1 minute. All right, so it's been about a minute. I really didn't use the timer because I do this. I'm a chocolate chip connoisseur. The key is what you want to do is you want to let them sit for a little while. Not for too long because for me personally, I like them real soft. You know, so you let them sit. You get you your favorite bowl because this is all about mental health. This is all about what makes you feel good. So get you your favorite bowl. Put them in this bowl. I like this one. Don't ask me why. When you washing it down, you might could get your favorite cup. You know, we're not gonna use that tonight. I really like that for when I'm like getting fake, deep, and inspirational, but cups are coming soon, the mugs, yes sir. So what we are gonna do, we're gonna use this cup. It's the Atlanta Hawks cup, shout out to the A. Man, I seen Drake with this cup in an interview with Lil Yachty, if you wanna fact check me. This thing stays cold. You get it at the stadium. What they did recently is they made cups that, you know, they made a fountain drink thing where you just pay for one cup and they have fountains at the stadiums now instead of going back in line, and it makes them more money because people are more likely to buy a cup that's cheaper and just keep going back. You sell more. We learned that paid in full. You sell it for cheaper, more people will come back. So we're gonna let those sit for a little while before we get our taste test on. And I'm gonna tell you about my favorite drink that I like. It's been recent, within the past year, but I've become a connoisseur of something else. So let's let that sit for a little while and come back. So before I get everything off, I'm gonna let you know I've been a connoisseur and it's very hit and miss lately of strawberry lemonade. Man, it's so good. You have your crushed ice to put in your cup and stay cold. I like to eat the ice. Shout out to all my peoples that eat ice. My grandma, Linda, everybody, you know, man, she used to take a hammer and crush the ice herself, man. So let's get into it, man. Let's get ready to get these cookies. Who's hungry? I'm hungry. As I pour my drink and get ready to enjoy my mountain of cookies, I'm not gonna eat all of that, man. This is all about doing what makes you feel better, man. I like creating stuff. I learned, you know, I had a great conversation with my mom, and we talked about when we not doing the stuff that we always do, like go for a walk or, you know, just meditate or do different things, we notice that's when the fun. So do things that make you feel better. Do things that make you feel good. For me, it's always making sure I have something to look forward to, like I'm busy, I'm feeling purposeful, I'm feeling meaningful. And even if it's something as little as having your lemonade, your favorite cup, having some cookies, baking your cookies, that brings you peace. A lot of people cook to bring them peace, man. They enjoy it. So fight for you, fight for yourself. And let's try one of these cookies. Let's see, is it good? Amazing. It was a lot of pressure. It ain't as soft. Like, I like them too soft. Hey. But it's still great, man. It's amazing. I like them almost not done almost. So that's a little too soft, but man, I'm gonna enjoy this. Enjoy the game. We don't like Boston, but we do like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, the young coach trying to do his thing. We like the black people that's on Boston doing their thing, but do your thing. Do whatever it is to make you feel good. Hey, man, send me some videos. Put on your Wu-Tang joint. Send me some videos. Show me what makes you feel good. Let's all feel good. Let's do our thing. Uh-oh. Peace and blessings. Because when you're stagnant, that's when the depression kicks in. When you're stagnant, that's when the hopelessness kicks in. When you're stagnant, that's where dreams are dying and they're not going anywhere. So get moving today. Whatever it is, move your body. Get outside. That vitamin D. Get that good melanin. When you start moving, like when you start working out, yeah, it's hard at first, but you feel like you accomplished something. That's why I think a lot of people get addicted to it. They trying to reach a goal. They trying to get something. They trying to burn. They trying to get frustration out. When they start moving, they start feeling like it's possible. So for you, you just got to get out there and start moving to feel like it's possible. When you bake or do something like that, you want to feel like it's possible. When you drawing, when you creating music, you feel like it's possible. But when you just sitting in it and you're not doing nothing, you're not gonna feel like it's possible. So today and always, get out there, man. They said the tiniest steps could kind of get the ball rolling. Somebody has to push the ball to get the ball rolling. So for you, you have to keep it moving. You have to keep it going. You have to keep life in a forward progress. You have to see progress in life, because when you read a book, it's intimidating, it's real thick. But when you start seeing, you got your bookmark and you start seeing, well, I get a couple more pages in tonight. I get 5 more pages in tonight. I got a little minute here. I got a quiet minute here. So when you see that, you feel progress, you see progress, and you want to be better. So be better today, but most of all, keep moving, because when you stay stagnant, I was having a conversation with a loved one, and we were just talking about, we notice that in ourselves when we not moving, when we not doing the things we used to doing to keep us happy. That's when the problems come in. That's when, like I said, the depression kicks in. That's when, all these things that's not going on in your life kicks in and you start thinking about. So that's why we have to keep moving. We have to keep doing things, because when we don't move, when we don't do things, that's when everything, the bad stuff kicks in. So we have to keep that stuff going in our life. We have to keep moving in our life. And we have to manage positive criticism. I always say anybody can say anything. It just depends on who's saying it and how they're saying it. Somebody could tell you, man, you need to get your shit together because you fucking up. And that'll be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not taking that. Don't talk to me like that. That could start an argument. That could start a fight. But when you say something to somebody like, hey, man, you're really talented, man, but you have to put in the work. You have to put in the hours. You have to put in the practice to get better. That's different. That's when somebody says it different. For me, recently, got my August 4th code LLC started, but I don't have a bank account. So I was talking with a family friend and mentor, and it's like, hey, man, number one, when you start the LLC, you also need to start the bank account. You also need to start these things and get everything going. And for me, it was a moment of, you got to sit there and be quiet sometimes. You got to sit there and shut up, and you got to take it, because when positive criticism, when somebody is telling you something, you have to learn, like, man, like, who is this coming from? Why are they saying that? And is it real? And if it's somebody you respect, if it's somebody you love, obviously they're saying it because they feel like you have something great to offer, but you have to go the right steps. They've been through it before. They've been through the mistakes. They've been through the hurdles. They've been through the hurt. So they don't want you to go through it. That's, I think, everybody in every generation's job whether it's parents or family members, to make it better for the next generation. So all they're trying to do in life is just make it better for us. So when they voice a concern, it's really care. Concern really is care, but it all depends on, we all, they talk about coaches where you could yell at the player, but you have to talk to this player. We all need to be coached a certain way, but concern is really disguised as care. When they voice an opinion to you, say, hey, I noticed you posting this different. Hey, I noticed you not acting the same. That could be care in concern form. But, when it's somebody that, they don't take their own advice, they don't have good advice, they don't do good things, then you might be like, hey, who are you to tell me what's going on? Who are you to say these things? I'm so sorry. I'm trying to multitask with a dog here and doing this. I thought she was sleepy, try to give her a walk, everything. It's not working out. But you have to understand when somebody is voicing a concern to you, is really care. They care for you. They care about you, and they want you to do great in life. So that's why they're voicing these things to you. Because if they didn't care, they wouldn't be concerned, and they would just leave you alone and let you go down a path of destruction. They will let you go down the path of messing yourself up, a path of just badness, period. They would lead you down all these wrong ways. But when they voice that concern, they really care about you. They really want you to be great. They really want you to go further along in this life. So we have to understand, nobody loves to be told they're doing something wrong. But if somebody's telling you something, obviously it's for a reason. They want you to do better. They want you to grow. And they want you to be the best you. They want you to be better than they were. Sorry, guys. And with that, with it being the summertime, with us making our way through life, with us going and being fully us, I want to encourage everybody to be free. I want to encourage everybody to be them. I want to encourage everybody to be great. And you could only be great the way you know how. You could only be great the way you are. Because nobody can be you. I mean, we have parents that try to raise us to the best of their ability, but we're not them, they're not us. I went to Hairspray last night, seen a play, Hairspray. It's a movie. One was Ricky Lake was in it, and then there was another one that was probably in '07, and it was really cool because it was one of the first dates me and my wife went on. We went to the drive-in with my little brother and sister was here for the summer, and so we went to the drive-in. We seen the Simpsons movie, and then we seen Hairspray. And the Simpsons movie, I wasn't really feeling it like that, but Hairspray was amazing, and I didn't even think I liked plays like that. So we went and we seen it. So we went and seen it at the Fox Theater here. And it's just good to get out and do things, and you pay for experiences, and that experience, because it's nostalgic, because man, we watched this thing when we didn't really have no money, and now we at a play, got decent seats, and we just at a different place in life. We elevating in life. We feeling good. We feeling great. But the Hairspray story is like, is they're dancing. This white girl from Baltimore. She's dancing in the '60s, and she just wants to be free. She has a mom that I think is kind of played by like a man, and then they trying to integrate the dancing on this dance show, and that's what they want to do. So in that show and in that play, if you know it, if you go to see it, obviously, it's heavy on LGBTQ gay rights, and it's heavy on black rights. So it was kind of amazing at different parts when they saying like every day should be Negro Day, on the show, instead of just one day, and the crowd goes crazy and the crowd goes wild. And then when the mom comes out and she's basically like a woman, but she's a mom, the crowd goes wild. And I think everybody is going wild because everybody wants to be free, and everybody can relate to that struggle of being free. Everybody could relate to some kind of, freedom that they want. They yell for the black people because they know the struggles that black people have been through, and they know like hey, we need to fight, and it should be like that every day. If we got the sauce, if we got the flavor, we got the dance moves, if R&B is moving at that time, everything should be about black people and black art, because that's the most popular thing, and it continues to be the most popular thing. But also, when they talk about gay rights and LGBTQ stuff, they remember the days of being suppressed. They remember the days of being down and out. So when the crowd goes wild and the crowd roars for when certain topics come up, a lot of people in that crowd probably can relate, or a lot of people in that crowd show support for different things. And like, that's what it is in life. A lot of us just want support. A lot of us just want support for whatever it is we got going on. Whether, hey man, support me in my beautiful blackness. Support me in my love. Support me in my character. Support me in who I am. But also, when it comes to gay rights, if it's, you know, if that's what I want, if that's what I want to be, if that's what I identify with, if that's what I love, then let me love that and support me in that. You don't have to understand it, but I just ask that you support what I like. You don't have to be around it, but I ask that you support what I like, you know, and be free. For me, I always wanted a nose ring or something like that, but and you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna get it because other people got it and stuff like that. But then I got it. I got one tattoo. Then it took me 12 years, 10 years to get another one. I always wanted it. I got it. I wanted to skateboard. I bust my hand up pretty bad, but hey, I got it. I'm about to get back on it. I'm loving it, and it's being free. And some people like to call that a midlife crisis. When this is recorded, I like to debunk that, and I like to say I don't think a lot of things is a midlife crisis. I think a lot of stuff is people just wanting to be them. A lot of stuff is people just wanting to be free. And a lot of stuff is people couldn't be that when they were younger, so it took them that older age. Like, we all grow and get better at different ages and different times in our life. So we can't rush somebody else's process of like, you should have been did this. You should have been had a voice. You should have been came out the closet. You should have been proud of your blackness. You should have been getting nipple piercings or whatever you like. You should have been did that. It's so easy. Just do it. It's not easy for everybody. But what feels good is when you're free. What feels good is when you're on top. What feels good is when you are reaching nirvana in you, reaching a beautiful highest self, the highest love of yourself. You have to be free. I love that song. I got to be free. I think it's Denise Williams. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But being free is freedom. When people skydive, they feel free. When people do things, because I think it's rebellion. It's the rebellion that I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. This is what I do. This is what I love. So for us, maybe you don't understand it, but that support goes a really long way. When they clap for different black issues at the play, it could have been fake. I don't know. They could have just been putting on a role, but it felt good that like, hey man, that's all we want is to be seen and heard. That's all. We don't want nothing from y'all because ain't nobody gonna give us nothing. But we just want to be free. We just want to be us. You can just leave us alone and we'll be all right. I feel like that for the gay community as well. You can leave us alone. You don't have to understand it, but I think when people get that love and support, it just feels good. Be free. Be you. I'm going to be me. Be free. That's all you can do in this life is want to be you. I'm building. I'm growing. I'm getting better. I'm focusing. I had a time this week where I felt like I was going to let my anger get the best of me or try to go in a hole or shut down, and I didn't, and it felt so good. I chose positivity. I chose love. I chose to be free. I want you guys to choose that same way. Be you. Stop hiding who you are. Stop letting people run you down. Stop letting people step all over you. Be you. Be truly who you are. If you want to twist your hair, if you want to get dreads, if you want to get a piercings, whatever it is you want to do. What sounds crazy to other people, if it don't sound crazy to you, just do it. In due time, we'll realize, oh man, maybe that just was a phase, but I want to debunk that here on this recorded, all that, oh, you like cartoons, you like kiddie stuff, you like this, you like that. Debunk that. That's what I want to do. This is a midlife crisis. Why are you doing that? You too old. If you're not hurting nobody, you go ahead and do it. You do whatever it is you want. You live your life because we came alone. We gonna go alone. And if you support somebody and you help somebody on their vision and their dream, I bet you it means a lot to them. I'm telling you today, I'm telling you always, be you, be free, be me. Beautiful song, man. Cause I gotta listen to that today, man. Um, this week, I speak into existence. You find freedom. You find peace, and you are you. Whether you're emotional, you cry a lot, whether you're like happy-go-lucky all the time, and you want to be quiet. Hey, maybe you came out the closet if you felt comfortable. Whatever it is you want to be you. 110%. Don't let nobody, not even this mind of yours, control who you are. I want you to be you 110%. I speak into existence. You free yourself. Like the beautiful Fantasia song goes. Another great one. And you know, for those people that don't want to mess with you, if you don't want me, don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself. Free yourself this week. And this is recorded.